much. It's definitely something. I have to chain people up and give my soldiers practice ballistic arrows. Oh my god, Wafer. It's so evil. Here I was, under the impression you were, like, so nice. Nah, you are nice. You're just game crazy. It's an acceptable level of craziness. I don't have anywhere to actually get rid of corpses, so you know what? Let me just make a little spot down here. They'll be pretty far down, but I don't have anywhere to put these yet. Okay. Gonna be all the way down here. And later, when I start building stuff, I don't care if it's fresh or rotten. I just want corpses of not animals, not mechs, just humans, just down there. They'll do. What's that yellow fucking, what is it, tame compared to Asoras? Ever enslaved a whole species and farmed them like cattle, just turn them into organic fuel for the power of your interstellar conquest? No. Then again, I also haven't played Solarius though, but I've heard a bit about it. Like, not a lot, but like I know that like there's like various games. Like Grim plays RimWorld, for instance, on Randy Random. Blessed wants to play it on the hardest possible settings, and then get mods to make it just absolutely mental. I'd like to see when he eventually plays that. I know he's got to learn it first, but if he eventually ever considers streaming, I'll be fucking there. Somebody's having a social fight. It's fine. I also made Drowning Chamber. What a wafer! I throw people into lava or volcano and chickens? I'm more concerned about the pit of chickens, honestly, than the lava and stuff. That's questionable on its own. It's like its own form of torture. If I can get this area built up, if I can get furniture structure, do I have something other than... I have limestone. Maybe I can make up some areas. I'm not super cool with like how this is going to go, but whatever. This is my current start. What's that panning out to be underground civilization with enslaved various cave species and beast burden of war? The burden of war. Jeez. I haven't actually had to play on any caves yet so far. I know I will eventually, and it is going to be a challenge, I'm sure of it. Mind you, like as I've said before, I don't exactly play anything normal. So, like, I don't know, last colony I had that I was streaming was the Nido colony. They didn't survive. They imploded. They killed themselves because we lived on a permanent summer, and I had never played on permanent summer yet, and they just absolutely just fucking ripped into each other. I actually got to a point where I just stopped trying to help them and let them kill each other, and it was spectacular. It was a literal 1 hour absolute bloodfest where they just murdered each other non-stop. We got the Man in Black arrived. I think he got killed by a pack of wargs or something. It was beautiful. This is a bit like RimWorld, but you get choice to be nice. The game doesn't motivate you to be evil. It's just so fun. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. I'm gonna have a bit of my drink. Hold on. Feels better. There's a cave beast or some of the beasts. Super easy to carve out the fen. Alright. Oh, cave bases. Sorry, I don't know where the fuck I got the word beast. I actually am sitting up straight. When I got the drink, I sat up a little bit. Just barely missed that one. Fucking close though. I nearly got caught prawning in real time that time. Fucking close. Oh man. Almost sprung. And if you get a lot of insects, the raiders will prioritize that over your colonists. That would be awesome. I have only had one location where I have been attacked by insects, and that was where I moved my last massive colony of Asora. We moved to somewhere where it was actually underground infested, whatever, with like various like bugs and stuff like that. And so every time I drilled, we got attacked, which was absolute bullshit. And I ended up losing that colony, which was really shit. It was really shit. Isn't it you got away with it this time? Yes. But only barely. Like, if it had been a couple seconds later, if I hadn't got the drink when I did, I would have been caught slacking. Absolutely. I just want them to fix up all these doors so at least the hole exists so that they can walk in and out. Amia, actually, you're going to eat. E, come up here. Come here. We have 2 doors that just need to pull out. Oh, no, that one's been open. Just that one. That way people can get into room and build these bowmans in a daze. That's fine. I'll tell you what, you be in a daze, mate. And I'm going to come over here. Where is back of here? Oh, man. Trudeau. You know what's really funny? This is now a prison room. So you guys can get the fuck out while we deconstruct these beds, yeah? Yeah? Everybody feels better about that. He's going to break this and it's going to, like, make that area... Fucking hell, mate. Who is eating so loud? Jesus Christ. I'll get away from that one. Let me back out of there. I also like a fighting chamber where people will watch like elves. We'll watch like elves and something fight a monster for 50 dogs. Jesus Christ, the waiver. That is some fucking, was it Roman Colosseum kind of stuff going on there, I think. I don't know, I might be off. It could be a completely different location. I'm not sure. I'm somewhat, I don't know. That's exactly that. Bingo for me. Oh man. Here I am being all like slightly drowsy and being like, yeah, this is nice. And I'm slightly able to like figure out where the logistics of shit in the world is. Go me. Somebody is fucking gonna get it. Was it? Somebody is fucking going out. Oh man, I can tell you, when they eat, they sound like a whole fucking horse is like nibbling a carrot next to my fucking ear, and I'm just not okay with that. Like, who? Are you? Who? You? That one? That one. Have you heard of pig eat? No, a waiver. Honestly, pigs kind of creep me out. Not gonna lie. Pigs are like one of those like animals out there that like, they don't particularly like scare me, but I sure as fuck don't want to be near one. And I find it very difficult to like watch them and stuff. Like they kind of creep me out. I don't really get what it is, but there's a lot of like Studio Ghibli stuff that's got like pigs like excessively like over exaggerated, and that kind of put me off it as well. I liked the movie Babe when I was a kid. Like, I don't know where it went wrong between child and adult, but something got fucked up there. So, I don't know. Is it ASMR munch? Yeah, no. I'm one of those people that's like, I can't stand ASMR. I don't care if other people like it. If you enjoy it, if it relaxes you, that's awesome. However, for me, I've got such like strong sense of hearing. Like I've got really strong like senses in general, like smell and taste and touch and all that sort of stuff. And so hearing, it's actually physically painful for me to listen to somebody do ASMR. Let's stretch. I will stretch. Thank you. What's it? They'll do pig. They'll do. Yeah. Fucking Byram View Mirthless. You know the shit. Also watched this movie. It was the first one I got in VHS. It was the first movie I ever owned. Was Babe. I think I got it for Christmas or something. Oh man. It also made me sad when I no longer had a VHS, and like a few years later I had to get rid of the VHS because like I couldn't keep it anymore. Like if I didn't have anything to actually watch it on, and technology was moving past that it was no longer gonna be ever watched on that, like I was just literally holding on to something about the size of a book for like memory's sake, and I had to like let that go, which really sucked. Oh my god, well, don't you worry, I'll kick your ass in a hot sec. Was it VHS? Me too. Oh man, some of like my earliest Christmas presents were like VHS tapes. I used to, oh yeah, this one's open. We used to like rent videos a couple of times a week or like once a week for like a few days. And if we ever saw one, like if I ever got one particular movie I kept getting, or one particular movie I was really interested in leading up to like a Christmas or a birthday, that was the one that we'd end up buying. And that would be like my special video. So and I will watch the shit out of it until like the, until the tape thing inside of it was a bit like fucked up. So yeah, I used to have heaps of those. I used to have, I used to have DVDs as well, like all the Ace Venturas. I had all them. Oh man, that was so great. Especially like, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but there's like a clip of me in 7 Days to Die where I was looking down the tunnel that Nick had made. And I looked down it and I was looking down it exactly like Ace Ventura. And I'm like, only like real Ace Ventura fans are going to know what the fuck I'm actually doing right here. And then next minute I fell down the fucking hole and just like was like this like momentary squeak of terror as I fell down. And I'm like, well, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I did that. But it happened. I still think I have the original Star Wars movie on VHS. I think it would almost be one of those things where it would almost be a crime to like get rid of those off VHS because like, I don't know, it gets close into like it's the vinyl kind of thing. It's a different way of watching it. Some of this nostalgic stuff, although you've got to have a VHS player to be able to watch it though. So that is the downside these days. Like some people do still have them. Some of them you can get like, you know, kind of like converter things that you can watch it. But, yeah, it's increasingly difficult to fucking find one. It's VHS. It's not for music. No. However, VHS used to be kind of like before DVDs and before USBs. That's what they were. That's how you'd watch a movie. I don't have wood for that. Let me see. So that's cassette tapes. Yeah, a wave is close. You're right. It's cassette tapes. I fucking forgot they existed, actually. Like, I don't often forget that cassette tapes exist. What's it? Please Be Kind, Rewind. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, no, I used to have that. Also, my first fucking car had a cassette player, and do you know how fucking excited I was that I had a cassette player in mine? And like, what do you call them? CD players were just becoming like a pretty good thing in like a lot of the newer cars and stuff. And I was just like, oh, I don't care. I've got this cassette player and I've got all these songs that are recorded on the radio that I want to listen to in the car, and it's going to be so awesome. Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm actually 35. So just to like clarify, there may be some confusion about like what fucking era I'm from. At least know like the car that I first drove was probably like 10 or 20 years old at least. So jealous. What? Because I was driving a car. I know it's because of the car thing, a waiver. I know you want to drive a car so fucking bad, eh? Alright, we've almost got bedrooms up in here. I've kicked them out of their stupid beds over here. This is going well, actually. I mean, yeah, they've been having a shit fight all night. I don't give two fucks about that. Sasha, please go back to what you're doing. So I made this like not their actual bedroom, but I don't need it to stay that way. I just don't want them to sleep in here as a priority. And also this, if I can. Yeah, I just want to kick them out of there briefly. I know I can like set owner and unassign. But I don't have fucking time to do that individually. If they need a bed, they'll come and sleep on the bed. That's all I need them to do. I'm not allowed to practice yet. Do you need to have your own vehicle? Or depends actually. Depending on like Netherlands kind of area. I don't know what like learning to drive and shit in your area is like. Your dad teaches. Oh yeah. Well, that will help. Because like here in Australia, you can kind of learn from, I think it's like 17, I think, from memory. I think you can learn to drive from like 17 years old, and then from there you can kind of like, I don't know, you have to drive with somebody. And nowadays I think it's changed again, and you have to have so many hours of driving experience before you're allowed to go for a test. I was before that. My brain is functioning. I was thinking the stream is too quiet and turned up the brightness. Genius at work, yeah. Oh man, that moment when you... okay, so who else got the thought process at that moment when you're trying to like park and you've got to turn down the music so you can see and concentrate better? Like, you know, just in case your ears need to concentrate a little harder in that moment. I'm actually surprised if the stream is quieter. That would be, for me, that's a little bit of a surprise. Actually, I don't want to get rid of that spot. Because usually I'm kind of loud. Because I've improved so that my microphone gain is quite strong. And since I got the replacement headset after my old ones broke, I know that I'm projecting my voice a little bit. That's why I keep kind of losing it beyond the fact that I recorded the cover song in Discord. And I kind of lost it since then. It's like had trouble since. So it can't see, turn down the radio. Exactly. But yeah, I know because my headset's like noise cancelling, super noise cancelling. My old one was good, but it wasn't like this. So I sometimes like stuff like a small bit of tissue up the side of my headphones so I'm not actually just yelling at you guys. Imagine that. It's like I'm just like berating you guys conversationally, like, holy fuck. That would definitely be not out of fucking. Well, I don't yell at any of you guys, but I just like characteristically just talk like very loud now that I've got like those two things changed. I'm looking for where this is broken. There. That fucking horse. It's nighttime. Hold up. Everybody fucking pause what you're doing for a hot second. Who is. I don't give a fuck who's awake. I need somebody that can build. Who? E. I've been making you build all day. You come down here and do this while the horse is fucking asleep. So shit's not running back and forth through that fucking door. Last time I had to shoot like 3 horses and a yak. So I could get rid of it. And then just switch devices so the audio changed for me. Ah, that makes sense. A funny thing is sometimes I've heard a few people say it, like they turn down the volume on the stream sometimes if they've got to like concentrate on something for a few minutes. They turn it all the way down to 1%, but they can still hear me clear as day. And I'm like, that's really bad. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that loud. Here's the shocker. I'm actually really quiet in person. I'm actually really fucking soft-spoken. That's why I had to get a microphone that was stronger to be able to even pick me up. Because if you watch some of my really old videos, like some of my first videos on YouTube, you could barely hear me. And that's actual normal volume type thing. And I had so many people like, I can't fucking hear you. And I'm like, mate, I could barely hear myself. How do you think I feel about this situation? I nearly secured myself a rare car I always wanted. What's the car? I might not know what it is, but I'd be curious about it. A waver's definitely fucking curious about it. Oh yeah, we do have fucking people working on blocks here. Are they all set up with bills? Sort of. I guess. Yes. In a way, I would say sort of. Let's get you up to 2,000. I just need us to have like a stockpile for when my actual builders get up here. I've got like only a very small percentage of builders here. I have a lot of crafters. That's fine. Let's it hold up. What is that? The 91 Toyota Celica STI. What's the color stands? 5,000 if made correct. God damn. Toyota Celica is very pretty. If it's a 91, is that the wedge or is that the rounded? Because I know my mum used to absolutely drool over the wedge-shaped body. So I'm a lot more familiar with that. My family is kind of like a bit into cars. Like, I don't know. I kind of like spent some time in and around it. So all I care is it has the pop-ups, as in like the pop-up lights at the front. If that's the case, that would be the wedge body, right? Is there a race car? You should be able to Google that one, a waiver. The 91 Toyota Celica. Yeah. If I can remember correctly, that should be the kind of like wedge shape with the little pop-up fucking lights on it. I'm pretty sure my mum's super fond of that one. So basically, like my family, they all had like kind of favorite cars. I kind of remember everybody else's. I just don't fucking remember my own. Like my brother was like, I guess, super into, you know, your Skylines, like the R33s and stuff like that. I think he liked the R32, the Sylvias. What is it? The Toyota Supra as well. He liked that one. RX-7. My mum was like really into Celica. She got herself at some point in time, she got herself one of those, what was it, 370Zs, which she was like super chuffed with. I don't know what the fuck happened one day. She just saw it in a fucking magazine and she's like, I want and will have this and nothing will stop me. And everything just got customized around her getting that car. every aspect of our life got changed so we could get that car for her, or her car for herself, I guess. And yeah, that was something. That was when they first came out, though. I need another stone over here. Yeah, that was definitely a fucking experience when your mum goes absolute ape shit over a new car that comes over. Was it the four-wheel wonder from Paris? Is it you want a Twingo? The old one? I haven't seen those. I guess like we don't get a lot of like import vehicles unless like somebody is specifically interested in it, or if it's converted to, what side are we on? We're right side drive. So like yeah, a lot of the time, like unless it's like fucking somewhat compatible over here, like Australia is like really lazy about that shit. And we just don't tend to bring in stuff unless somebody's willing to do it. And me and my brother always said that cars, what's the most gangster mafia car? I'm going to have to look it up later, Weber. I might actually bring myself a marker so I can find that later. Otherwise, I won't find that. So yeah, I'll find that later and have a look, see what that is. I'll hopefully remember to like talk about it tomorrow. That should be the circle shape that I want, I think, give or take. That's like got about the gap. Yeah, that should be fine. It's a French shitbox which propels French economy. Oh my god. Let's see. So, yeah, then the headlights. Yeah, I missed that. I missed that comment before, sorry. Yeah. Alright. Well, this isn't too bad. Hopefully they fixed that. Hopefully they fucked off all the horses out of here again. My problem is my colonists are just like pieces of shit that keep breaking things. I'm actually thinking about making this second line here as a buffer. And I think I'm going to do it. Because I'm really just fucking sick of having these animals getting in here like all the time. All the fucking time. I tried to do this like extra decorative. But we're going to have a double fucking rung of this. And yeah, it's now... Well, it's still winter. So the good thing is, if done right, I can hopefully get so much fucking building done before I have to do caravans in spring. So I'm going to try to like get a whole heap of shit built. And then at the end of spring, at the end of winter, right as spring's about to begin, I'll hopefully launch out a couple of, thingies to send out. I should also be able to put a moisture pump here so I can get that removed. That way I'll be able to put an actual piece of structured fence here eventually, but for now we're going to need a bridge. There's only cars I want to like cars I have emotion for. Yeah, well, that's generally, like, it depends. It's generally what propels most people to want to get like certain vehicles. Is like if you're really fond of it. Sorry. I might actually go the extra mile and put I might put gates on the side here. I know it's a little extra, but it means that if one of these sections go, we're not completely fucked over. And to be honest, this base is kind of pushing for it. I haven't had a design like this for a very long time. I haven't had a design where I've had to kind of extra double fence. The only problem is I'm also probably going to have to do it out there as well. Somehow. I'll figure it out. You're having a tantrum, Jackal. Stop that. The awful bedroom. Oh, mate. If only you knew. Half of these people don't even have fucking clothing. You're bitching about a bad bedroom. So I was super close to buying an old M3 Beamer because my girlfriend always wanted it. But she left. So, yeah, still kind of want to get it. But M3 series of massive tuning potential. That's fair. I don't know. I like tuning vehicles and stuff like that in games, but I don't think I could ever like actually be able to do it in person. It's just one of those things. Like I find like the back and forth of like my decision making. If you guys like watch me like construct anything in RimWorld over time, you'll see the back and forth is pretty strong with it. Like I'm constantly indecisive, so there's a lot of like long-term planning when you're customizing a vehicle and all the like finer shit and stuff. You gotta be like, I guess, very good with that, which is still very cool. It's cool that you're like good with that, but I wouldn't ever be good enough with like tuning vehicles. I've literally got, my car is literally sitting, not running at the moment in the garage because I don't know what the fuck's wrong with it, but it's not running. I can't afford to get somebody to come look at it yet. So yeah, kind of sucks. miss driving my car around. Little Hyundai Tiburon. It's not oil. It's what happened last time I took it for a drive? I got kind of around the corner and everything was kind of like shuddering like really violently, and like the engine light came on. Usually in the past, if it's had any issues where it's been like a little bit like chilly or something, it kind of like gives a shiver or some shit. Like you can kind of just like warm it up over time, or if it's got some shit like build up from not running for a bit, you can kind of like just push that shit out. But like this is one where it didn't do that. It was just like it wanted to go home. So I just brought it home. Like it was a weekend, so it's not like I could drive it to a mechanic or whatever. It was just unfortunate timing when everything happened. Plus, I don't think I could have got far anyway. That's it. Oh my god, by the way, did you ever see it? The skateboard with a motor? I think so. I feel like yes. I got a new recruit. Who the fuck is that? You. I'm gonna call you Ludo. I know it's not how it's spelled, but I don't give a fuck. Are you a daytimer? Night owl. That'll work. I saw that at school. Yeah, no, I haven't been outside for a while, so I'm not sure. I haven't really looked up too much stuff. So anything I would have seen a waiver would have been probably a few months ago. So I might not be thinking of the same one that you are. Schedule, days, take us in a days, but I don't care. Give me a days. Let's get you on your nighttime schedule. And yeah, that too. That maybe. Yeah, it's more likely maybe. Because like, I don't know. I haven't really looked at like, well, to be fair, I haven't looked at skateboards for like fucking decades. There are a lot of like, this is a suburban area, so there's a like fuck ton of like young families and stuff like that have like various like technologies and stuff like that scooting by all the time. There's a fair chance I may have seen it, but realistically, I probably wouldn't have noticed if I'd seen it. Somebody's having a social fight with Moose, for fuck's sake. You're all like 4s, aren't you? Yeah, alright. Tell you what, you're getting the new stuff like that. And if everything else is 4, one of these was like a bit. 5 on construction. That's going to be your new favorite thing. Cooking. Alright, construction and cooking. That's your stuff now. See, lasagna's having a tantrum. And Taiko's having a daze. But that's okay. Alright, shit's getting moved over here. That's looking good. I don't have a storage spot there, but our food and our other is getting very nicely divided. I still have a spare TV. I've got a heater. I don't know if I need to put out a heater here or if it's going to get cold enough. Oh, no, you don't, Franklin. Like fuck you are. Come here, mate. You two, can you just... I prefer you go and arrest them, but I guess if that's the choice we got... Actually, Labia, you've got super high social. Can you... Yeah, go arrest him, please. I've got a better chance of this. Alright. Let you go and arrest him. There's a 100% chance of, like, catching them. Oh, fuck, he's fast. Oh, shit. Nikki. Nikki, do you want to just belt him up a little bit, please? Or just stop him. Just stop him in his pace. Just don't shoot at him. Holy fuck, he is fast. Boz. Can you punch him too? I just want Labia to catch up. Okay, that worked. Human revenge. Or Tofu, do not... Oh my god, you guys are fucking... terrible. Don't fire at will. Labia, can you... Don't shoot him. Jesus Christ, Slob. You can't pick him up. That's fine. Look, I'll tell you what we can do. We can boop him one. They'll do it. Don't shoot Labia. Jesus Christ. Yeah, go and... Actually... Go capture him. Be fine. I'm pretty sure there was something about like you can like automatically re-release them or something like that. I was gonna sap him with the trainer, get him down and take him inside, and it would have been fine. He was fast though. I'm guessing he's got bionic legs. What will ever be done to you? Why would you fire him? What's it? Why would you fire him? I didn't fire him. Oh man. Hiding room ender. That's probably a great idea, Ender, except that's not your room. That's the fridge. What was done to you? Was it done? Will be done at him. Man, don't worry about it. Let me try to see if I can like catch that. It's like what has Will ever done to you? Why would you fire at him? I'm guessing that's what you meant. I didn't want to fire at him. I just wanted to zap him with the psychic shock lance. And my hope was that if I could get him down, I could pick him up and I could, like, tend to him and stuff. But he is unconscious, he in restraints. He's not running wild anymore. The part about the expression of fire of will. Yeah, no, a lot of, like, puns and shit just 100% just go over my head. It's funny in a sense that, like, I just don't get them. Oh, no, somebody did psychic shock him. Well, what do you know? Release? Maybe? Should be fine. Tell you what, it'll do something. Sit there and now laugh. Oh, man. Trust me. I will read out comments and I won't have the slightest clue what I'm trying to fucking say. And it's almost funnier sometimes. Sometimes, like, to be fair, sometimes it really pisses people off that I just, like, am so not getting whatever the thing is. But I'm like, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Like, I don't understand what the fuck I'm trying to say half the time, so don't worry about it. This is going to set off the aesthetics of this base a little bit, but not enough for me to worry about it. If it stops the rampant fucking amount of animals that are constantly running wild and free every time somebody has a tantrum, it'd be worth it. It is one back, yeah. Yeah. Alright, I've got to go around and fix that up, but it'll take him a while to build a second wall. And I will try to section this one off, so I have, like, things like this. This is really difficult to stream and keep up with every conversation, especially without the assistance of body language and context. Oh, yeah. That can also help sometimes, too. But mind you, Mirthless, like, I'm pretty good at, like, reading body language, but social context I'm bad at. Like, I just conversationally just don't get a lot of cues. And, like, I sometimes watch back VODs and stuff like that, and I'm like, I completely miss sometimes when people are actually being, like, really mean and shit. And it's probably a good thing that I'm oblivious at the time. But yeah, like, there's some stuff like that as well. That's just to mention language and cultural barriers. Oh yeah, that's the other big thing too, is so, like I said, I still haven't been streaming for a year. That's tomorrow. But even then, like, I'm only just kind of now getting more and more chatters more frequently. So I'm starting to, like, interact with people from completely different biomes of the world that I have never personally, like, reached out and learnt about, which is my own closed off, like, world problem, really. But, like, there is a lot of, like, barriers and stuff like that with it, which can make it difficult. It's a 1 year streaming, so exciting. Yeah, it is, Mirthless. It's also, like, it's one of those things where I think, like, eventually when you get there as well, I don't know how long you've been fucking streaming for, but I think you've been not a year yet. But it's like, I kind of get, I don't know, I kind of get that, like, if I was doing, like, what if the event was solo, maybe it wouldn't have been as, like, much mental work, I guess, logistically. I don't know how to say it. I think it's one of those things, like, as a streamer, you could put pressure on yourself unnecessarily. It's like, can I guess where you're from? Hold up. Maybe. I don't think it paused my game. Hold on. I don't know how far back I can go. Not far enough. I was going to say right at the beginning when you came in, I think you mentioned, like, what time it was for you. And I can't quite remember now. I think it was, like, maybe the AM? Not AM, maybe. No, it was afternoon. Jesus Christ. There was two answers. It was AM or PM, and I got it wrong. Okay. PM. Okay, well, I couldn't narrow it down to exacts because I'm not that globally educated. Unfortunately, I didn't actually take geography, so I don't know exact stuff. But I do know that when it's about 3 p.m. at this time in my stream, it's usually 3 p.m. for Shadow in Poland. And it's usually around about the same time